It is late. I didn't wake up till 2:30, and now it's like what? I think it's about 3:30, something like that. So yeah, very late for me today. But the cats were fed. And they had plenty of food down. I put them food down before I go to bed, just so that they have plenty to nibble on the off chance that I do oversleep, that I'm too fatigued out. So I just have a contingency plan for these guys, so they are fed and there's enough food to keep them going until until I wake from my slumber. I did have a kitty pile on when I wake up. I had Percy, Gizmo, Minnie all on me. I was like, oh. All three of them. 3 out of 7 and 1 to the side. So there we have it. I found my purse. Really pleased. The purse that was, that was nicked after being dropped was not. I'm really pleased to have it back. My biggest worry was my driving licence. I've got, when I go out in my big chair, I have got what's called a foot muff. So it basically covers the lower part of your body. My arthritis with my Raynaud's that I have absolutely hates being against any of the elements. It hates, when I'm out for such a long time on my big chair, I find it really painful. So I'm always using my foot muff, even when it's like really nice weather. And I get people like, are you cold? And I'm like, you'd be surprised. I'm not cold on my upper part of my body, but my lower part is really sensitive and becomes very painful very quickly. So it's like when I'm out with the car, I have got one in the car for out and about if I need it. But how many times do I remember? Plus the fact when I'm going like from a short distance, I don't need that protection, but it's there in the car if I do. The squeaky, I keep calling it squeaky bean, but it's not squeaky bean, something bean foot muff that I've got, which is a seagull one. It's gorgeous, but it's got nothing that protects the back of my legs. And my back of my legs is where a lot of my arthritis is, as well as on the front, but the back is the most severe for me. And my arthritis loves being covered up, even in the house, or in the home. If the temperature drops, I start needing to cover my legs up. So with blanket or something. So this is how it is, and people look at me like I'm weird, and I'm like, do you know what? My health issues, I can't explain them to anybody, but this is how it is for me. Oh dear, I've just woofed some food down. I just made myself some Levy bacon and some mushrooms. That was just like the first thing I thought, do you know what? I want something quick and easy just to eat now. And I'm just like feeling really dry now. I had a few rashers of the Lidl bacon, which actually was okay. Weird consistency, but it tasted really nice. But the Levy one reminds me of a Morningstar bacon I used to have when I went vegetarian as a kid, and Tesco's used to supply that one, and my mum used to buy it in, and I used to go through shed loads of it because there was very few foods available back then. Um, and the vegan cheese, well, was just bloody awful. Vegetarian cheese back then, because I was vegetarian at the age of what, 11? And there was just like, you're talking, this is like 80s. You know, when you went to parties and gatherings, it was like everything was cheese and onion, everything. Yeah. Yes, I remember my mum buying like a very small block of this dairy-free cheese from the cheese counter on this market stall, and it looked transparent and white, and it was weird and it was horrible. My mum was like, oh, it's cost a lot of money, this little bit, just for you to see what it's like. And it was awful, absolutely awful. But back then there was no variety of foods like there are now, so now it's amazing how much is out there that's vegan. It's got that, people have got no excuses to not, you know, to not go vegan. Oh, it just makes me so mad. It really does. I just think there's no excuse to, you know, be cruel and pay for animals, you know. Oh, it's awful. Right. Yeah, so anyway, my foot muff that I've got on, my purse must have got caught up in that, and then when I turned, it must have slid then downwards right to the bottom where my feet are, because it's got a bottom to it, so there's no drafts. Yeah, so there it was. I was like, oh my god. Yesterday I went to go out and I found it. I was like, oh my god. I cried because I was so relieved, because I was so worried that some person had my driver's license with all my details on it. My photograph, my address details, everything is on there. I mean, signature. I mean, I wonder how many people get theirs used in identity fraud and all sorts of things. I was just so relieved just to get it back. And I know that I've got to wait on a bank card now for 2 bank accounts, but at 2 different banks. But I am just relieved, because you sort of think, where, you know, what if, should I go back? Should I have a look in that area, see if I can see it? Yeah, I was so paranoid. It's a horrible feeling though, because I just think, you know, is it in a bush somewhere? Is it being used? You know, you think all sorts of scenarios. Has someone thrown it in a bin, saying there's no money in it, because they wouldn't have had anything out of that. All I had coppers in my purse. Quite literally, it was like, that was it. I was like, oh my god. Someone would have been really, really not impressed to find it's a purse with bugger all in it. Just receipts. Yeah. Yeah. Even the gift cards had bugger all on them, you know. So somebody would have not been impressed if it was lifted off the floor. But thankfully, so happy. To get it back. Yeah, I'm so happy to get it back. Oh, itchy nose. Right, is that bit done? Oops, I've got a bit that's not blended very well. Not that I'm going anywhere now. You know, it's... Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. So, right. Let's get the eyeballs done. Such a relief. Never been so happy. You know, I went to put my foot on my phone and I thought yesterday, and I was like, this feels a bit heavy. What's in the bottom of this? I was like, no. So what I did yesterday as well, when I did come across my purse, was I went to River Island and had a look around that. Because I'm after a purse now, because my purse is black, and I find with my eyes I don't see black things very well. Well, I've sat on a few of my black cats for a starter before now, until I got a cushion cover for my chair. Had a few casualties under my bum, I tell you. Black cats on black cushions. But yeah, my eyes struggle to see a black purse in my bag or anything. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to get a different coloured purse. So I had a look around yesterday and I did see a few that I really, really like. So my plan is, as soon as my money goes in next week, I'm going to get a purse or two. And then I'll be able to see it better. And I also want to get one of those that attaches to, like, you can get that can attach keys to your bag, and it's on like an extendable thing. So if something was to go, then at least it's not going to go, I'm not going to lose it. It'll still be attached to me, so that's the plan. I'm going to think of all eventualities. I mean, it's like on my chair, I've got one of those extendable things attached to my bag that's on the side. It's just got bags in and bits, you know, but it's just in case it unvelcros itself, because I've had that happen to me when it was new, and I only literally had it a few hours and I turn and it's like gone, and I'm like, no. So that's what I got, one of them for that. So it's attached to my lap belt on my chair. So if it was to go, it's not going to go anywhere because it's still attached to me. So yeah, I need to get some new makeup. That I do need to get. I need some skincare bits and pieces from the Body Shop and Boots. Yeah, there's a few things I need to stock up on, because I'm really down to the wire or run out with a few things. And skincare, I think, more important than the makeup, to be honest. I think if you have a decent skincare regime, you've got plenty, you know, because your skincare is the most important. Right, so this is the coffee palette from Spoiled that I absolutely love. I didn't think I'd love it as much as I do, but I adore this. So I'm going to go in with a brown, I think. There's a very khaki type of tone. So I'll just put a bit on the outer edge of my lid. Just there.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. It's like a khaki tone, this brown. Only a light dusting, don't need to go too crazy on it. Just enough just to coat the outer edge. And then with the cream, just go in along this bit of the lid and up. Right, and then like so. Don't need anything too heavy. And then with this brush, which is like a domed, I'm going to go in with the black because I've got black still on this from what I put on yesterday. And you just go right in that corner and blend. So it's like a subtle colour change at the bottom there, like so. Do that and do the same. So like so, just like that. And then under the eye, using this brush. That looked quite aggressive then, didn't it, this brush? I'll go back in with that khaki colour and just go under the eye in a corner, halfway. Same again this side, halfway. Now then what colour? So if I use this brush, dip in with the light bronze and just lower lid and swipe across a bit. I love this palette. I think it's a fantastic one. I really do. It's just really pretty. And something for all skin tones and types. There's that. And then using the Makeup Obsession one from Crystal Waves. I shall just go in. There we have it. Different shimmers on there that are just so pretty. The opal tends to be my go-to. Just there on the inner corner. just there we go. I forgot to do up here as well on the brow bone. Those bits done. I need to post that letter tomorrow as well. Give these brushes a wash in a minute as well. A bit of the useless eyeliner just to keep my eyes looking reasonable. And I also have to concentrate on doing my wings and my liner. Especially on the outer edges. There we go. And the same on the other eye. That never looks the same. Ever. So you have to explore a different shape even. I know I do. For some of my hooded eyes. It's just how it is, you just have to. I always put makeup on, it doesn't matter what time I wake up, even if it's late in the day. I mean, I could go, oh, I'm not doing it now. But no, I always like to put something on for me. I don't feel dressed without makeup on now. That'll do. The more you fiddle, the more it's going to go out of shape and look even worse. So, There we go. And then, I love that. I think that looks great. And then birthday cake going on the lips. I love this one, it's great. That's from Lime Life. And that's it. I may put a little dot of shimmer just on the centre, just a little bit of. But that is it. There you go. Now then, hot twig to wear. Let's go with the brown one, I think, today. Is it this one? Yeah. Move this one. So we can get to it. This is cocoa. Taking the wig stand apart. Sorted. Right, this is gorgeous. This is Coco from Cash's Head Shop. No longer available, but she does have one called Alison. I did hint on the name and she's used it. I said this is so me, it's got my name all over it. And there you go. So I do, oh my god, I put it on a bit funny, so it just looks a bit weird for the second. Hey. I've got to get the one called Alison there. There you go. Just like that. Job's a good one. Gotta get one. Oh, don't knock everything off. There you go. Right. There we have it. Today's look. Right. Catch you later. Bye.